Is your RV dark, dismal, a little outdated, and you need to freshen it and lighten it and give it a new appearance? We're going to share with you what we're going to do with this outdated, dark RV. So stick around. Today is our RV renovation day. We want to take you inside our brand new, to us, RV. So come on inside so we can show you what we're talking about. As you enter our coach, you will notice how beautifully bright it was outside and how dark and dismal it can be in here. Now we have beautiful cabinetry. It is like a cherry. It's deep, it's rich, but it really darkens the whole entire coach. Not only that, the walls are sort of this green on the bottom, sort of a dismal tan on the top, and it just doesn't fit. We want to lighten and brighten, and we're going to share with you our tips on what we're doing to the inside of our RV. One thing, when we wake up in the morning, we don't feel like it's home. So when we wake up and we're in here, it kind of feels like we're in the Hilton or the Holiday Inn with, these paintings on the wall that it's just not us. It doesn't mean anything to us. So we want to change the decor so Bo, this little handsome guy over here, knows that he's home with mom and dad. So we're going to have you stick around and we're going to show you what we plan to do today. So we had a few ideas. We were thinking, first of all, that we were going to come in here and paint all the woodwork white so that we can lighten and brighten. But then once we got in here, we thought, you know what? The woodwork actually is beautiful and it would be a shame to cover that up right now. So what we are going to do is we're going to wallpaper the walls of the camper. So we're going to start with this. Now I'm not going to take it out because I want you to be surprised. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to take all the pictures off the wall and we're going to prep the wallpaper just by washing it and using microfiber to wipe it down and make sure it's good and dry. So we're going to wash it all down, dry it, and then we are going to apply this beautiful peel and stick wallpaper that we found. So cleaning the walls and prepping it prior to putting the wallpaper on, if you read out there, you're going to find a lot of different people giving a solution for you. There's some that say add a couple of drops of Dawn to your water and then make sure to wash it off nicely, and that will help to degrease in your kitchen areas. Other people say just water on a fiber cloth will take it off. Just getting the dust off the walls, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to prep it. Other people say use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So we'll let you know what we're going to use today, but I think it's going to be pretty simple, and we definitely have the microfiber, so we're good with that, and I can't wait to see the end result. Making sure that everything matches. As you can see above all of the slide woodwork, we have got little strips that have to go up there. So it's going to be minor little details, and all around the coach in the front, there's a lot of little spaces that have to be prepped and ready to receive the wallpaper that we have. Even the inside, this is where our televator is. We've got this black wall right here, and we're going to actually apply the wallpaper on that as well. So it's going to lighten and brighten. And then coming into our bathroom, so we've got a lot of small areas, but this doesn't have its own light in here. So it's got a lot of little nooks and crannies that we're going to have to work around, making sure that everything matches and applies nicely to the wall.
So as you can see, we did that front wall. I haven't showed you the tools that I've been using now that I know what I need to use. In order to make my wife happy, I actually have to do this wall. So she sees it from over there. All the details and trim, I'll be on my own. And it's a lot of work, but it's nice. So as you can see, Laurel started with wiping all the walls. So now I'm going to go to the obvious one today. That's what I'm doing. And I just want to show you a couple of tools that I've been using lately. They sell those in a kit with a little knife like this, those adjustable knife. You'll pay $5, $6 for one of these. I personally like these X-Acto knife. Those are more like surgical, so they're more precise, so you can end up in a corner and ouch! No, kidding. This is actually to cut your, once you have your roll, which I don't know which brand you're going to use, and I don't really have a one in particular. I'm just trying this. So this one, you actually have to follow your roll, you cut this, but continue on your roll pattern so they actually line up together. Because if you start like this, and then you actually turn your roll like this, they don't quite line up. Live and learn. I learned on this one. Ruler, scissors, that little X-Acto knife, and this spreader does a nice job. In here, what I have is I have another obstruction. In this corner, there's one of those wood trim. So if I leave this wood trim there, I won't have a nice corner. I already popped it up, so I'm going to take this trim. This trim is gone. I don't need it. Now I'll have an even corner. So if you look back in where we started, this is the finish that it's going to do. As we're coming up here, I took this trim out. Well, there you go. So at least it makes a round corner, and it's kind of a one finish instead of putting corners there. Now let's go fast forward. Your lazy way of looking will be done in 2 minutes, where I don't know how many hours it's going to take me, but it's going to look good on hyperlapse. So let's get to it. I got to go to work.
One thing I have to say is I really do not like the valances. Look at the dark, dismal tapestry on these valances. I told hubby I want them to be gone. So what we are going to do is actually take it off, and we're going to change the material on the valance as opposed to taking the entire woodwork off the wall, which I had considered hanging curtains. We're going to try this first. We're going to cover this completely with a light tapestry that is going to actually match the walls. As you can see, these little nails right here, super easy to peel this off and actually be able to use the material that we choose to cover this little bit of a cardboard with padding on it. That's all it is. So it's really super easy and simple. So as you can see, the renovation transformation is really starting to come together. And one of the things that really hit us when we came into this RV was the valances, because they're really dark, along with the cherry wood, which is really beautiful, but is also very dark. This just kind of brings down the life of the RV, in our opinion. So we've decided to take them all down, and we are going to cover them with a much lighter material. Now, this isn't the typical material that's on the valances, but it's the shade that we wanted. On these valance, it's more of a canvas, thicker material, and this is more of a cotton. And it's kind of light, but once we put this over the top of this valance, it's going to give a little bit of depth underneath, which is exactly what we wanted. We didn't want it as light as this, so it's going to bring it all together nicely. Now, when you take down the valances in your RV, you're going to see that they're just tacked up there. For example, check this out. Pierre's taking down the headboard in the bedroom, and it's barely tacked up there. So it didn't take him much to be able to pull that off the wall. Imagine that falling on your head while you're sleeping. So taking down the valance in the back, we're not sure. We may not put it back up. It's one of those things where we're going to see what it looks like with just the wallpaper, and then we can also put it back on and kind of weigh out, how do we feel? Do we want it on? Do we not? So stick around, because we're going to continue with this process, taking down all the valances, covering them, and I think this is going to be light and bright by the time that we're done. If you're enjoying our videos, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to ring that bell so you'll be notified when our next video comes out. As you can see, getting up the bigger walls makes everything really kind of come together, but it's that nitty-gritty, tiny little pieces that are so intricate, and luckily, Pierre is very detail-oriented, which is why he's doing all the wallpapering. Using that peel and stick wallpaper really makes things so much easier. I remember back in the day when my gram used to cook it on top of the stove. That wallpaper paste, anybody taste that before? In the comments below. Tell me, what was that recipe? So I remember she had her special little brushes that she brushed it on with, getting out all the lumps and clumps, and she put it on the wall. Nobody could help my Gram. She wanted to get that done all by herself. But today, it's a peel and stick. Still, you've got to be careful when you're applying it and using the right tools to actually get out all of your air pockets, which, as you can see, Pierre is doing exactly that, and he's already shared the tools that he's using. So don't be afraid. Head out there and get yourself some peel and stick wallpaper. And if you don't like it, buy another color. You can easily change this up without even painting your walls. Making these changes can update any RV. Whatever year you purchase, even if you're getting it 2023 and you don't like the decor, you can change it so easily. Don't be afraid. Get out there and try some of these tips that we're sharing with you.
So as you can see, I mean, I've been trimming this. We actually took the valances off. Here's the day shade and night shade system that goes there. So the valance is way in the other side. We needed to be to take those off, and then those shade comes off, then the valance comes off, so I'm able to trim a little bit easier. But here I don't need to put nothing anyway. The valance goes all the way up here, so we'll be fine. So I'm just doing the main wall. So far it's working good. I don't know how long it's going to take. You can realize that I changed t-shirt color because I'm not doing it the same day. I promise Laurel it's going to be done by tonight. This section will be done, and then we'll get to another section. It's taken a long time. For you it's going to be 7 or 8 minutes overall at the end, but for us it's a little bit more work than that. But let's keep at it.
The project is complete. We have finally renovated the inside of our 2017 Fleetwood Discovery 40E, and we absolutely love it. You know, coming in here, we knew that it was just too dark for our liking, and we wanted it to be lighter. I had at first wanted to paint all the wood, but when we started inspecting, the wood was flawless. Why paint over beautiful cherry wood? This is hard wood. So coming up with this white shiplap peel and stick wallpaper was our way to give it the homey feel that we like. And we decided not to do anything with the bathrooms. It was the 2 rooms that actually had light wallpaper. So we decided just to leave it that way and just upgrade everything else. And by using the pictures that are on the wall, these are, and we are not affiliates at all whatsoever, but these are mixed tiles. And mixed tiles, now that I've said the word, it's going to come up in your Facebook news feed all the time. It's light foam that can go from one wall to another. We actually had those in our 5th wheel, and we were able to put them back on the walls here while we were renovating. So as I was saying, these mixed tiles are so easy to move from one wall to another, and it kind of gives your RV a feeling of home. Now, when I talk about dark walls, just to give you an idea, behind these doors, that's the lightest of the dark wall that we had. We even had a half of a wall that was darker brown than that. So everything was just really dreary and dungy, and this is where we hide our shoes. What a great way to be able to hide them. No one knows they're there, and yet we can have all the shoes that we want. So one of the other things that we did was we changed the valances, because the valances were black material. Actually, we still have the black material on our chairs. So if you see that, so we had the dark walls, dark valances, dark chairs, and everything just was dull. So what do you think, guys? Tell us in the comments below. Did this add some light and bright to our 2017 Fleetwood Discovery 40E? If you like videos like this, please hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. And don't forget, leave a comment. And if you don't know what to say, C4BO, comment for Blue Walks. Now remember, and do never forget,
Not all about the destination, it's all about the journey. It's not all about the destination, it's all about the journey.
wanted to get your reaction like the minute you walked in and you saw it.
Then when I saw this, I was like, oh, that looks dope. And I pulled up to it, and I'm like, this looks huge and bigger than I thought. Wow. Okay, give us the tour.
Okay.
Yeah, press it.
This is the mattress that you actually helped him open. So remember, it came in
you
that
should have seen
box?
this mattress. That mattress came in a plastic
box.
thing, but it was like this thin, and then it inflated. It just came thick and cushiony.
Really?
Like, oh man, technology these days is
And
crazy.
this is it. One of the best mattresses we've ever owned. It's amazing.